What's up everybody, my name is KSaun and welcome back to another Pokemon Draft League video. Today is week number 7 of the IBL, and this week we are currently sitting at 4-2 plus 10 differential. We have virtually clinched a playoff spot at the moment. Basically, we have to go 0-3 the last 3 weeks and not only lose all our games, but also have a really bad differential. However, that being said, we're still trying to get one of those top playoff seeds if at all possible. And this week, we are going to have our work cut out for us, and you're going to see over on the other side, the record is 1-5 for Umbra Guardian, coach of Highland Park Hydreigons. However, that record is not actually true. This guy has only played one battle, and this is a brand new team. He took over the team after the team was 1-4. He had to do one battle with the old roster. This is a brand new roster, so not only has he changed all the Pokemon, so it's looking really good now, but ultimately, I don't really have any film on this guy. I don't have anything to, basically track and say like, hey, how does he use this team? I'm going into it blind, so it is going to be really tough. So pay no mind to the record. That really doesn't mean anything because it is a different roster and a different player. Looking at some of the threats that he has on his team though, obviously the Weavile with 125 base speed, Iron Moth with that potential booster energy setup, Galvantula is fast and can set up sticky webs, and Urshifu Rapid Strike is an absolute menace. His team has a ton of problems, and let's see how we can deal with them. First off this week, I am bringing Machen X, our Iron Treads, and we are rocking Earthquake, Ice Spinner, Stealth Rock, and Rapid Spin this week. A pretty traditional set, nothing too crazy here, with max attack and max speed. We are running the item Rocky Helmet, however, especially for that Urshifu Rapid Strike, as his signature move hits 3 times, and if he hits 3 times, he will essentially take half of his HP in damage. So hopefully this week we can get off some decent damage with the Earthquake, with the Ice Spinner, which covers his team quite well. Get some hazards up. If we have to remove hazards, we can, and ultimately just get some Rocky Helmet chip in there. Next up to bat is Kells, aka Noivern this week, and this week we are running a Choice Scarf item with the ability Frisk. So essentially when we come onto the field, we'll be able to see what item that opposing Pokemon is running. With 164 speed, 252 into special attack, with a modest nature here, we are here to hit like a truck and basically outspeed everything on the opposing team. Hurricane is here to one-shot the Urshifu Rapid Strike, as this is the only move that I can use to one-hit KO him. Unfortunately, this means that we do have to hit a 70% accuracy move to do it, but I'm hoping that Kells can come through for that. Flamethrower is here to also hit some of the other Pokemon that Hurricane cannot hit well, especially something like the Weavile. Switcheroo can be utilized to switch an item onto something like Clefable, who really doesn't want to wear that Choice Scarf, and U-Turn is ultimately here for momentum if we don't like the Pokemon in front of us, and we ultimately can get ourselves out. I didn't list it on the screen, but with this week we are running Terra Steel just for defensive purposes. The next Pokemon up to bat is Meefle, our Umbreon, who honestly came in clutch last week to try and basically stall out the game and get that opportunity for our Iron Thorns to sweep, so we're bringing him back this week. Max HP, 104 into defense and 152 into special defense with a special defense boosting nature, rocking the item Citrus Berry, and this Citrus Berry is here very specifically because it helps us live a hit from the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Because of that move that I said before, how it likes to click that Surging Strikes, it is a 3-hit move, so essentially the damage happens in segments, and basically if we drop below 50% HP at any point during one of those hits, our Citrus Berry will kick in and basically give us more HP, ultimately making it so that we had a bigger HP pool. If we didn't do this, we ultimately could die to a Choice Band Surging Strikes if we are not essentially 100% HP. Foul Play is here to hit things really hard, especially if their opposing Pokemon has a high physical attack stat, as it does use their attack stat instead, which is here to obviously just recover HP either on the Meefle or on somebody else. Baton Pass is here for priority, and Thunder Wave is here to slow down some Pokemon. This thing is built really specially bulky, especially something like an Iron Moth can be a huge problem for my team, so ultimately even if it is booster speed, Thunder Wave can slow it down and ultimately will not be able to outspeed my team. Next up is Jesus LBL, aka Dragapult. This week we are running a bit of a utility set with the heavy duty boots. We want to be able to switch in safely in case he does set up any sort of stealth rocks or entry hazard. We've got max HP, 132 defense and 120 into speed with a timid nature. This means we outspeed everything on the opposing team. This is really important because we don't want to be outsped by the Weavile especially. He is already pesky enough, but here we are running this because into his team, I think a really fast Will-O-Wisper can put in a ton of work. Urshifu Rapid Strike really doesn't want to be burnt. Weavile doesn't want to be burnt. There's so many fast physical offensive threats that Will-O-Wisping something can be really effective. Thunderwave also can put in a lot of work into something like that Iron Moth, where we cannot burn it because it's a fire type, but if we slow it down, we can prevent it from getting out of hand. Light Screen is also good against that Pokemon because it can mitigate how much special damage the opposing team does, and ultimately with the combo of the burn and the special screen, we ultimately should be able to mitigate a lot of the damage coming out from the other team. Hex is our only attacking move this week, and this is because Hex is a special attacking ghost type move that's only 65 base power. However, it gets up to a staggering 130 base power if the opposing Pokemon is statused. And as you can see with the Thunder Wave on Meefle and Thunder Wave on Will-O-Wisp on Jesus here, we are looking to status the enemy Pokemon. 2 Pokemon left though, and we are going into our guesswork, aka Zoroark, Hisuian, and we're running double Choice Scarf user this week. There are some really fast mons on the opposite team, especially that Weavile, and the problem with Weavile is that it is super effective into our Zoroark, so if it outspeeds us, it can be an issue. However, we can take it out with the little low kick tech, and this is why we have the EV spread the way that we do. 152 in a speed, 252 in a special attack, and 104 in a attack. You're almost never going to see me use a nature. I believe this one is called Naive, might be Hasty, I'm not sure, that mitigates or rather lowers one of your defense stats. Very rarely do you ever see a mixed set for Pokemon. Oftentimes it's better to basically lower either your physical or special attack stat. However, in this case, I really need to try and do as much damage as possible with all of my move options. I have Will-O-Wisp just like Dragapult, so I have 2 fast Will-O-Wisp users. I have Hex for any of those Pokemon that can get statused throughout the way. Grass Knot is here because it hits Urshifu Rapid Strike insanely hard. Urshifu Rapid is not super fast, but he hits harder than almost anything in the entire game, and he doesn't have a particularly good special defense stat, even though he has a good physical defense stat. So if we hit him with a Grass Knot, we can potentially one-hit KO that thing depending on its spread. Low kick for the one-hit KO onto Weavile, and Zoroark Hisuian is ready to go. Last but not least is the MVP of our team this season. It is Greatestness, our Iron Thorns, and we're rocking the Terra Fairy this week. 212 in his speed with a Jolly Nature, max attack, and 44 in HP with a Lumberry. Now, we are very specifically running the Lumberry item this week because I expect that Umbra's Pokemon to basically stop our Iron Thorns, who ultimately on paper looks very good into his team, is probably going to be the Clefable. Clefable has the Unaware ability, and if you guys remember my week versus Nova, where the Crocolore gave me a lot of issues because of that Unaware ability, it ignores the stat boost that my Pokemon gets. What they are probably going to do, bring that Clefable out, Unaware will ignore my stat boost, and if it goes for a Thunder Wave already after I've Terra'd into Fairy, could potentially paralyze me, but the Lumberry is going to get us out of that. And even if it ignores our stat boosts, we are going to 2-hit KO that thing with the move Heavy Slam. Between the coverage of Fairy, Terra Blast, Earthquake, and Heavy Slam, we can essentially sweep the entire team if we are able to get to +1, especially if we're able to get to +2. Dragon Dance is here pretty much every single time. Unless I am running as this thing as like a hazard setter, I'm probably always going to run Dragon Dance because this move is just busted on a Pokemon this good. So ultimately, guys, this is the roster we're bringing this week, and let's see how we do. All right, loaded up into the battle here. We are facing off against Umbra, and he brought a lot of the stuff that I expected, to be honest. I thought Clefable would come to stop the Iron Thorns. Urshifu is here and is a problem. I wish that was left home. Weavile is scary. Donphan's here, most likely probably just to set up rocks and get rid of mine. Goodra can be a really big special defense wall, so I'm probably going to have to take him out with a physical attacker. Iron Moth is scary as well. So how do I want to lead this? So I think Kells is a decent lead here with the Choice Scarf and the Frisk, just starting the game off basically on the right note. We will be faster than I think anything on the enemy team. If he is technically Choice Scarf Weavile, he would be faster, but then at least we would know, and we'd be able to see his items. So we'll have to see how it goes. So Goodra is the lead. That is actually not what I expected. This makes me a little nervous because he could be a setup. He's leftovers, okay. He could be like Acid Armor or something. I'm kind of tempted to just like go for a switcheroo on this thing, but I kind of want to keep it for the Clefable, so I'm just going to U-turn and see what happens. Just get some momentum going and see what he goes for. So he does withdraw immediately. So we're going to get a free U-turn here. We're going to get free momentum, which is totally fine. And honestly, now I'm really wishing I did do that Choice Scarf switcheroo, because he ended up switching into Clefable. If I could have put the Scarf on Clefable, that would have been amazing, but that's okay. So what do I want to do now? I think I just go Meefle here. It's pretty safe. Clefable can't really damage me. She could potentially Thunder Wave me, but that's pretty much all it can do. So we're going to go Meefle here. And I know this looks like a weird switch because it's a fairy type and we're dark and they're super effective into us, but I feel okay about this. So they're leftovers actually. So they take a little bit of chip, they heal back with lefties, and now here, I think I just go for a Thunder Wave, honestly. I could see him switching. He does switch, so hopefully something gets parried here. I'm hoping to not see Donphan. Iron Moth, oh my god, this is perfect. We para this thing, this is massive, dude. This is so big, and it is booster, which I assume it's speed. It could be special attack. It is speed, which means we para. It's still going to be slower than most of our team. We missed the Thunder Wave. Of course we do. That's a good start. Okay. That sucks. Now this thing does not get Quiver Dance, but it gets Fiery Dance. I think we just have to T-Wave again. This sucks. He probably switches out now because he knows that we're Thunder Wave. I mean, we're especially bulky. We're kind of designed to beat this thing, but man, I wish that T-Wave hit. I could wish first to keep my HP bar up, but I'd rather just Thunder Wave here. He goes Fiery Dance. So unfortunate. I wish we had that para early. We only take about 90 though. That's pretty good. And he does get the special attack boost. In case you guys don't know, Thunder Wave finally does hit. That's good. So second try we land it, which means it's not going to be crazy fast, which is good. Fiery Dance is a 50% chance to raise your special attack, and he got it on the first try, which sucks. I think we go for Wish now. We should just be able to Wish and Foul Play. It gets Agility. Oh, boy. I didn't think he would have ran Agility with Booster Speed, but that's a good move on my opponent's part. We need to beat this with this Umbreon, or else this could be a problem. We get the Wish, and now we just Foul Play. Dazzling Gleam. That does about 170. That's rough. So our Citrus Berry does kick in, which is huge, actually, because this means... with the Wish, we are going to get all the way back up to full health. Foul Play does about a quarter. I'm hoping that does 25%. I'm hoping we 4-hit KO this thing. I would love this thing to be fully parried at some point. But we will live 2 Dazzling Gleams. That only did like 170, I think I said. So I'll Wish in case. You do get full para this time. So finally we do get the RNG here. 1-2 in his favor at the moment. So Wish comes through. And now we just Foul Play again. And I'm hoping to just kill this thing. Wow, fully parried again. That's huge, actually. That's actually so big. So now the RNG, I think, is pretty much even. I'm glad we missed the first Thunder Wave, which sucks. Honestly, now I wish I would have just Foul Played twice. But I'm going to Wish again. He gets the Fiery Dance. Does he get the boost this time? Does a decent chunk. He gets the boost again. Okay. So this game is weird because there's a lot of RNG in it right now. We missed a T-Wave. He's gotten 2 for 2 on his 50% boost, but we did get 2 full paras. Fiery Dance again. We need to kill this thing. We need this thing to get fully parried. Or... okay, one more Foul Play will kill. We do get the Wish. But if he Dazzling Gleams... I think he got a +3, didn't he? I think he's +3. Dazzling Gleam probably kills. That's not good. It crit. I don't think the crit mattered. He Dazzling Gleamed at +1 last time and it did 170. If he is +3, which I think he got a 3rd boost. I missed it. Yeah, if he's +3, it wouldn't have mattered. But +2, it actually... the crit probably did matter, actually. I think he's +3. If it was +2, I actually think we would have lived that. I don't know what to go here, though. The problem is, he's parried and we're Choice Scarf, but he also got Booster, Energy, Speed, and Agility. I think he outspeeds us. But if we go Guesswork here, he'll see it as Greatestness, probably expect Terra Fairy and just Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb or whatever it gets. We do resist that. I don't know if we live it. I actually don't know if we live it. It would be not very effective. We'd resist. I think Greatestness lives a hit guaranteed, but I don't want this thing to get chunked. Maybe this is a mistake. I don't know. I want to verify that he outspeeds. I think the way that the speed calculates, I think he outspeeds. I'm hoping that he just Sludge Waves, or honestly, I'm hoping he gets full parried. But if he Sludge Waves and breaks through, if this kills, it could be bad. Fiery Dance kills for sure, but I don't think he's going to Fiery Dance. Sludge Wave would be a better play for him because Iron Thorns resist both. Sludge Wave would be super effective into Grass and Fairy. So I think we just Hex here. I really hope to see a full para. We do not. Sludge Wave comes off, which is the move I was hoping, and we die still. Oh boy, that is rough. This guy must be +3. I don't think he kills at +2. I could be wrong, but not very effective. Maybe he does. I don't know. Guesswork's not tanky. This is rough, dude. I mean, I'm not going to outspeed on Kells either. I have to go greatestness, because I don't think anybody else lives anything. Maybe Jesus does? Dude, I don't know what to do here. This is rough. I don't have a good answer to this. I guess I'm just going to go greatestness here. We should live either hit. We should live either hit here. I honestly, you know what? I'm running kind of a bulky Jesus. I probably could have went Dragapult. That probably was the play. Unfortunately, I can't afford to Dragon Dance here because I won't outspeed, so I have to just Earthquake and kill. I have to Earthquake, and he does not get fully parried again. That is a lot of damage. Oh boy. This is rough. We're finally going to take out this Iron Moth. I mean, this game's not over by any means, but we are really behind. It's really rough that greatestness is this chunked. I should have went Dragapult, dude. I'm pretty confident Dragapult lives a hit with how much bulk I invested into that guy. That would have been a much better play. I should have went Jesus. That would have been so much smarter. He goes Urshifu now. Is this guy Choice Scarfed? I think I go Kells here. Because if this guy's Choice Scarfed or Choice Banded, I don't know. I gotta go Kells. I gotta find out what this guy's item is. And I think we should be able to live any one hit from this guy with Kells. Adrenaline Orb. That's actually a really cool tech for my Urshifu. Surging Strikes hits. That's the move that I wanted to see. We should live this. Now, question is, does he stay in? Because I kind of want to just click Hurricane. Because if we just one-hit KO this Urshifu, we are super back into this game. I think I just have to go for this. He's not locked in, so he could go like Ice Spinner or whatever he gets. I think it's Ice Spinner. I know he gets an Ice deck. The thing is, like, I don't have a switch. I don't really have a... Nope. Nobody ever has a switch for Urshifu. I'm just going to Hurricane. If I hit this... If he stays in on this Hurricane and we hit this, I think we are in really good shape for this game, to be honest. Like, as rough as this start was... He stays in. We miss. Oh my god, you gotta be... Oh my god. That's brutal. Ice Spinner's gonna kill, isn't it? Man, this game is rough. It's getting out of hand quick. We did get like some RNG in our favor. He did get 2 full paras, but the fact that he got the Fiery Dance boost every time and the first T-Wave missed. Man. And the Hurricane, dude, like, this is brutal. I don't know what we do here. Gonna go Dragapult, but I don't know if it really matters. Feel like I just have to go Will-O-Wisp here to try and burn something. Hopefully he stays in and we burn this thing. Or he could go into like Weavile and burn it. Honestly, like most of the... Yeah, he's probably gonna go Clefable. Let's be honest. Yeah. Man, that Hurricane miss really sucks. Because Urshifu is such a threat. If we could have gotten rid of that thing and still had our Choice Scarf Noivern, this would have been massive. But I don't... The only way we can win this game is literally like last week. We have to somehow get a fortunate position where we somehow get Iron Thorn's Dragon Dance boosted up. Do I just light screen here now? Probably. Because I want to try and mitigate damage. This could be a better way to hopefully get a Dragon Dance up on Thorns. If we get some special damage like mitigation at least. So Flamethrower, that does nothing. So he expected the Iron Tread switch. Interesting. So he's going to get the Leftovers recovery. He's going to get burn damage, though. So he's obviously unaware. He's not Magic Guard, which I kind of figured was the case. I could Hex here, but I don't think it's enough damage. I feel like I kind of need to make a read. If he Flamethrowers again, it's not going to do much damage. No, I'm just going to Hex. It is what it is. How much damage does this do? I need to know. A decent chunk. So he T-Waves, which is not great, because now we don't outspeed Weavile. But we do get a decent chunk onto this Clefable. It does not... Actually, I think it might get Moonlight. So it does have that. But normally it runs Wish, not Moonlight. So if we can chunk this down, we might force it to... I don't know, man. This is going to be brutal. How the hell do we win this game? I kind of want a clean switch into Greatestness. Like, I want to just keep hexing to see if I can get a switch into Greatestness. But I also feel like I kind of need to do it like when he doesn't predict it, which would be like right now. I mean, he's not going to T-Wave again. If he does, actually, that would be great, because we're electric type right now. And we don't even have to burn the Lumberry, but I'm going to go Greatestness here. I feel like I have to make a weird read. We have Light Screen up right now, so if we were ever going to resist damage from this Clefable, it'd be right now. He switches. What does he switch into, though, is the question. Goodra. That actually sucks. This thing gets Dragon Tail. it's probably going to try and Dragon Tail us out, right? I have to make this play right now. I don't know when else I would do it. Light Screen is up. If it goes for like Body Press, we would take this hit really well. Goes for Draco Meteor or something, we'll take no damage. Dragon Tail would be perfect. Earthquake, I think we'd live a hit at least. And at least get ourselves a +1 where maybe we can do something. The thing is, we can't take too much chip because Weavile's in the back with Ice Shard priority. And I think the Urshifu probably has Aqua Jet too. I don't know, this is going to be so hard to win. We needed to hit that Hurricane on the... I'm not switching, screw that. I'm Terra Dragon Dancing. Yeah, this is the play. Fortunately got this off in time. I almost burned too much time on this. This match is kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. And nothing better against my opponent. Like I said, I got 2 lucky paras too. I just felt like the RNG that was more important was like the boosts. Because if that Iron Moth doesn't get boosts, it never gets through our Umbreon. He Terras. I honestly forgot this thing could even Terra for a moment. He goes Terra Steel. So if he Terra Steel Terra Blast right now, I think we just die. And then we just lose the game. So hopefully he doesn't do that. We'll see. We are faster though, which we should be. Dragon Dance. +1/+1. He's Terra Steel now, so Earthquake might kill, honestly. He Body Presses. That's perfect. Okay. Now, do I think this guy has something to kill me right now? He probably does, right? If he's Steel, he probably has. I think I just have to Earthquake. I don't even think Earthquake kills. Gudra's so bulky. Earthquake might not even kill here. I don't even think it does. I'm just going to click it, but I don't think this kills. But we need to just get a ton of damage off. I can't just sit back the whole game. It does not kill. Goes for knockoff. Does this guy not have a way to hurt me is the question. He's got to have priority on his other Pokemon though, right? Like Earthquake obviously kills here. Earthquake kills. I think Clefable might be in Heavy Slam range. Terra Blast would kill Urshifu. There's no way Earthquake's going to kill here. Honestly, if he doesn't have any priority attacks, there's like a tiny chance. I don't think so, though. He still has a fully healthy Donphan in the back. There's no way we one-shot that thing. I don't know. I think it's going to be too little. We do pick up a kill. Guys, for watching this, I'm sorry if I seem like really deflated or not as into this battle. This one's just rough. I'm just really bummed about that Hurricane miss. The Thunder Wave miss and the boosts were tough, but the Hurricane miss was really rough. This guy probably just Ice Shard. I don't see a scenario where Ice Shard doesn't kill, though. So he should just Ice Shard, I think. Actually, Heavy Slam would do more to this. No way, dude. So he's Scarfed. He's Scarfed and he went for Triple Axle instead of Ice Shard. I need to go Machin here. I can't believe he just went for Triple Axle here. Because if he doesn't have Aqua Jet on his Urshifu, he could have literally just thrown the game right there. Triple Axle is 90% accurate for each hit. So it's literally like he had an 81% chance to do what he just did. Maybe Ice Shard doesn't kill. That's crazy though. That's actually such a bummer. Now knowing that we missed our 85% T-Wave and our 70% Hurricane, that he hits that 81% Triple Axle and kills. That really feels bad. He doesn't know that we don't have Iron Head, so he probably switches, I would think. He swaps, that's good. We get Rapid Spin, so we'll have the speed up. Maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe Iron Treads could do something. I don't think we kill in one hit on the Urshifu, though. If this thing Moonlights, we can't break it. I don't know if he's going to let me Rapid Spin a second time. Do I Stealth Rock to break Sturdies? I gotta just hope Earthquake kills from here, I think. I don't want this thing to heal up. It does kill. Wow. I was actually not certain that would kill. Now the thing is, if he brings in his Choice Scarf Weavile, he's going to take a ton of Rocky Helmet damage. No, he goes Urshifu. Well, we outspeed this thing. Sorry for my dog. Thing is, I think we die to Surging Strikes. But if he's Surging Strikes, I don't think he risks going for close combat because we could switch into Dragapult. So I think he goes Surging Strikes, which if he does, our Rocky Helmet will actually do about half of his HP bar. So if we could do 50% with the Earthquake, we could kill this thing. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. Weavile is going to win in the back. It really doesn't matter, but just to try and get another kill in case, I guess. I hope Earthquake does 50. If it does, then I think we kill this thing, even though it kills us too. It does not quite do 50. That sucks. Yeah, Surging Strikes is going to easily kill. This is a guaranteed crit, in case nobody's ever played against Urshifu before. This is a guaranteed triple hit, triple crit, which is why this thing is such a problem. Our Rocky Helmet is doing a ton of damage. but it's not going to be enough to kill, which is unfortunate. Yeah, GG's to Umbra, man. I think this is obviously going to be game. I don't think there's anything our Dragapult can do. The only way he could throw this game, I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, because I think even though I could claim a kill with Hex right now on Urshifu, the only way I could win this game... Okay, no, never mind. Doesn't matter. He's faster anyway. He's faster, does a chunk, and he stays in. Our Will-O-Wisp misses. Okay, that's kind of par for the course this game, I guess. All right, well, now we just lose. He's just going to Ice Spinner, and that's fine. It's game. GG's to Umbra. What I was going to say is I could Hex to claim a kill right there, but I felt like the only way that I could potentially win this game is if he somehow threw and went into Weavile or Donphan, and I just got a random burn to mitigate the damage or something. So even though I could have played for differential there and lost 2-0 instead of 3-0, I just felt like I was trying to win, right? Like, I'm not trying to just like get my differential better. Like, I want to just try and win the game. And if he really, really screwed up, maybe there was a chance there. But GG's to Umbra. That was a tough game. He played really well. Nothing against him whatsoever. That was just like a weird game. There was so much RNG in that game. Not only just against me, also for me. But it's just like... Those are tough. Just wanted to talk about the game really quickly, and then you can see the stats on the left. I'm not going to go over the columns, but you can see them on the left side, so if you are curious to see how everybody is doing, Greatestness is still the league kill leader up to this point, which is great. We're currently 4-3 plus 7. I think we're in 5th place right now. We have basically essentially clinched playoffs. The only way we can not make playoffs is if we basically get 6-0'd in the final 2 weeks. Like, not only just not lose, but we also have to get like 6-0'd. So I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm probably going to just have some fun with the final 2 weeks. And I don't mean to sound like I'm not taking it seriously, because I will take it seriously, but I want to have some fun with it. And one of those things is that week 8, I'm going to bring Bulbasaur. I can tell you that right now. This video should come out after I do that battle, so it shouldn't be like any spoiler. It's not like I'm giving my opponent an advantage here, but I am going to bring Chisei the Bulbasaur next week because I'm just itching to do so. And I know I face off against Razor, who has a Sun team, so maybe he'll set the Sun for me and I'll be able to get to do something with it. So anyway, it's been a really fun season. Back to that last game, just a couple of things. I'm trying not to be too frustrated about the RNG because honestly, like I said, there were a couple things that went my way too. The 2 full paras. Like, I could have made plenty of different decisions that game that ultimately I could have just won. Maybe I shouldn't have played as passively and gone for that wish, the second wish. I might not have needed to in that moment. I probably could have just foul played and waited to see if he broke through the para. If he didn't do that and I just kept foul playing, my Umbreon literally would have beat the Iron Moth 1v1, which means Umbreon or Meeful is still alive, which is still a huge thing. I would have had my Choice Scarf Guesswork healthy. I wouldn't have had a chipped Iron Thorns, Greatestness. Like, the game could have just been so much different. So honestly, like, I probably could have played better early on. I was frustrated about the Thunder Wave miss, but realistically, like, maybe just foul playing instead of doing that second wish was probably the play, especially because I had the Citrus Berry. I probably didn't need the wish. Actually, the first wish went off, but anyway, regardless, I don't know. There were a couple things I could have done better. The biggest mistake, though, I think, this one was not a... This is definitely a mistake, like not something that I'm wondering if I made a mistake on, was bringing out Guesswork. I did calculate that Dragapult would live, or at least like it has a very good role to live the +3 Sludge Wave or Fiery Dance from the Iron Moth. So honestly, bringing in Jesus there and just clicking Hex would have secured me a kill. And for this week, where Jesus is not like my main win condition, is a more supportive mon, I could have basically nipped in the bud that Iron Moth situation and basically moved on from there. So that was definitely a learner for me. Definitely something that I can, take for some of my future games. But yeah, I did not expect the booster speed and agility set. I'll be honest, I was just talking to Umbra about it. He actually didn't even mean to go booster speed. He meant to go booster special attack. And honestly, had he gone booster special attack, my Choice Scarf Guesswork would have outsped and this never would have been an issue. So fortunately for him, his accidental mistake actually kind of just like helped him win the game, which was kind of huge. But yeah, anyway, the game was fun. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about it. Umbra is a really awesome guy, so I'm not upset with him. I have a bad taste in my mouth about the game, but that's just me being frustrated. I'm trying not to be so salty about it because it is what it is. Like, everybody gets hexed sometimes, and yeah, it is what it is. So ultimately, Umbra's awesome. He's also in like some of the PUDL leagues, and seems like a really cool guy. So I wish him nothing but the best of luck going forward. And anyway, guys, that's all for today. So check out next week's video, week 8, and I will bring the Bulbasaur. Until next time, have a wonderful day.